What's up, guys? That one up again, back at another video, and today we're going to be comparing two rivalry phones head to head. These are two phones that you can find on Straight Talk for almost the same price. They're $10 difference, but they're pretty much the same. This is comparing the Moto G Play 2024 to the Moto G 5G 64GB Straight Talk only model. Weird. So it's basically the G Play 2025. I'm gonna call it that. This is a G Play 24, G Play 25, or what do they call it? Moto G 64 gig. But anyways, these are very close in price and very close in specifications. This is $30. This is $40. So it's a $10 difference. Let's see what you're going to be getting for the extra 10 bucks. Let's see if it's worth the extra 10 bucks to get the new model. All right. Cool. Let's first start out with the design here. On the 2024 variant, it's a very nice design. I've always liked this design. It's a plastic back, but it's frosted, and it feels like frosted glass. And it has like a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's a really nice blue color. It looks really cool. It does kind of look cheap. I gotta say that. It looks pretty cheap. And it's because of this up top here. You can see we have this kind of inbuilt camera bump, which I enjoy. But we have a 50 megapixel main camera, and that is our only camera. This is the flash, doubling as like a fake camera. And I don't like that. That makes the phone look cheap, having this fake flash design. So I don't like that. We do have plastic sides, again, following that blue theme here. You can see we have our fingerprint / power button and our volume. Let's go ahead and test that fingerprint out. Just like Motorola's fingerprints, just very quick and very responsive. It's going to work every time, guys. And it's decently clicky. It's perfect. On the bottom, we have our USB-C port, 1 out of 2 stereo speakers, and a mic. And to the left, we have our SIM and microSD card slots. And up top, we have our headphone jack and our mic. So, again, another little bit of a cheap phone feature here. The headphone jack is on the top instead of the bottom. So, just something to point out there. Alright, with the Moto G 2025 64 gig model, this is going to be a much better design here. This is beautiful. You can see we have this leather-like design. You can see the dimples in there. It feels really premium. It looks like a $400 phone. This looks super good. We have the Motorola emblem that looks very shiny. It's plastic, but it looks like metal. And we have this triple camera setup in this L pattern with our flash. Now, you can see our flash is kind of mimicking a camera like this, but it's not over-exaggerating. This is perfect. This is a super good design. You can see we have this inbuilt camera bump again, and we have a 50 megapixel main camera, a 2 megapixel macro, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor camera. So basically, these are useless, and it's just going to be your only two here. But I'm glad that we're getting this 3-camera design. That looks really nice. To the right, we basically have our same finish here. It's a little bit of a darker shade of blue, and some things are kind of moved around. But we have our fingerprint / power buttons with the same volume buttons. So you can see this is very quick also. It's Motorola. On the bottom, USB-C port, 1 out of 2 stereo speakers, mic, and we finally brought the headphone jack down. So they did listen to us here. You can see that is much more premium. To the left, SIM and SD card slot, and up top, we have our mic. So, in total, the design, way better on the new one. It looks way better. It looks super premium. I love this camera setup. Alright, so before we get into displays, let's talk about bezels real quick. So let me pull up a white screen. So let's go into settings. And settings. And let me turn off dark mode. Let's look at these bezels. So let's turn up both brightnesses here all the way. What? Okay, that's all the way on there. That's okay. And you can see for bezels, it's a little bit thinner on the new one, the bottom chin, but it's not too big of a difference. Now I'm telling you right now. So these are basically the same displays here. Let's show this off really quickly. So I'm going to head into here, and I'm going to head into screen. You can see they're both 720p displays. But the old one is 60 hertz, the new one is 120 hertz. And we're getting a 6.7 inch on the new one. And the old one, we are getting, I actually don't know. Moto G Play 2024 screen size. 6.5. So we're going from a 6.5 inch screen to a 6.7 inch screen. So you're getting extra screen real estate. Also, sorry if the video is in bad quality. I'm recording on a Pixel, which Pixels are usually really good quality, but this one, it's a 6A. So, yeah. Anyways, look. They are both at 100% brightness, and this I can barely see. This I can see perfectly clear. Wow. So that is a huge change, the brightness. And you can see we actually have a wide color gamut on this new screen. But look at this. This is really dim. Like, look, just to prove this to you, this is 100% brightness. Let's go on the display here. 100% right there. I have no, like, dimming features on. I got colors on natural. What is going on, Motorola? Thank you for improving, but what happened to your old phone? Like, seriously. That's crazy. But the next thing I want to talk about is software, because that's also a big thing. So you can see on the Moto G Play 2024, we're stuck on Android 14. We're not getting any more updates from there. On this new Moto G Play Moto G 64 gig 2025, we're getting Android 15, and I looked it up, and I don't know if Motorola is gonna do this because I know their updates can be terrible, but we're supposed to get 2 more years of updates on this guy. No, that won't work. We're supposed to get 2 more updates with this guy, which would be amazing for a Motorola device. But yeah, you can see we're getting better software on here. You can see, if I can swipe home, geez. You can see we have the new control center where it's like One UI 7. Your control center is on the right side and the notifications is on the left, and you can slide between them and kind of control things from there. I think it looks really nice compared to this where we have the old style. And also, if we go on our lock screen, we can now customize our lock screen a little bit more. You can see we can add widgets, we can change the clock style, and it just looks overall better. And I also believe, yeah, so we are getting rid of these surroundings around here, and there's more changes, but that's just the surface changes. There's way more changes. Like the volume rocker, the old one was your stupid style, and now you get this nice, beautiful style. So you're just getting a lot more features with this new update. So for memory here, we're both getting 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. I would love to see 128 on the new one, but it's a cheap phone. Now, let's go to the SoC real quick. We are getting a Snapdragon 680 chipset on the Moto G Play. And on the Moto G 64 gig, we're getting a MediaTek Dimensity 6300 processor. Now, what does this mean in English here? Let's go into Geekbench, where I can show you the actual specs on here. It's a significant change. You can see 400s compared to almost 800. It's a huge difference, and you can definitely tell. This still performs like a budget phone. There's no doubt about it. This thing's not gonna like beat an S21 Ultra out of the water, but it's actually fast and it's smooth. So let's do the quickest speed test in the world here, and just open like YouTube. Oh, you can see new folder design also. So YouTube. Of course, that one closed out. Actually, don't have Wi-Fi on. Okay, that's on Do Not Disturb. All right, ready? 3. I want to connect to Wi-Fi. Okay, there it is. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's try this again. I updated the YouTube app. Let's see if this works. There. So you can see it's a lot quicker on the new Motorola. And let's just try to open another app like Play Store. Boom. So you can see quite a bit quicker, quite a bit less laggy. Let's go into camera. Boom. It's actually pretty quick. And we have auto night vision. We'll get to the camera more later. And you can see the lag on the Moto G Play 2024 while there was no lag on the 2025. Alright, I had to blur that out. So finally, let's go into settings. And you can see it's just slightly quicker on the Moto G64GB. Now, a couple more little features I want to point out before we get to the camera motor. Let's go into, I believe it's in gestures. And it's going to be under, not gestures, it's going to be under storage. Nope. Hold on. It's under system, then performance, and RAM booster. You can see the RAM boost has doubled also. And there's also a new interface for this. So, you can only go up to 4 gigs on the old one, but you can go up to 8 gigs on the new one, totaling 8 or 12 gigs. So you're getting more RAM boosters on the Moto G 2025, sorry. Okay, and finally that camera. We're both getting 50 megapixel cameras and a couple added features on this. Now you can see the new camera app. It's a little bit of a redesign here. You can see we have a drop down bar here, while we don't on here. Active photos, I don't know if we have active photos on here. We do have auto enhancer, which is kind of cool. And let's actually look at this first. Let's look at the picture settings. So we have rear photo resolution. Let's do high and high. Now we also do have that on here, but we don't have a front camera resolution. On the old one, we have automatic HDR mode, which we don't have on the new one. Also, we have the watermark, obviously. Google Lens, same thing. AI audio. So we have AI audio zoom, which we don't have on here. Amplify audio. Efficient video, same thing. Both selfie mirror, same capture method, same shutter sound. Capture assistance, the exact same. Quick capture. So this is a new feature. So we didn't see this on the cheap Motorola's before, now we do. So if we go into the Motorola app on both, you can see different apps. And if we go to gestures, you can see we have more gestures. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what are we getting new? We're getting, let's see here. Quick capture and quick launch. So quick launch, you double tap the back of your device and you can quick launch an app. So you could set this for any app. You can go back to home, switch to last app, player, pause music, screen recorder, blah, blah, blah. You can adjust gentle tap, moderate tap, hard tap. Let's do moderate. And let's just say, let's have it open a random app. So let's say we want it to open up, I don't know, the Motorola app. So let's just quickly tap our phone twice. I'm not sure how hard to tap. Or where to tap. But we will figure this out. Okay, so let's do gentle tap here. And let's try it out. Let's do a little bit of a demonstration. Okay, that's a hard tap. I'm not sure where to tap. Okay, so let's do a hard tap then. I have no idea. Apparently I'm doing a hard tap, but I don't know. It has it. Just going to say that. And then we do have quick capture. Just flick of the wrist twice, and it will open up the camera, which we didn't have before. Okay, so let's go back into the camera app. I just want to show off just a couple features here. So you can see we have automatic night vision. It automatically knows it's dark. Okay, I'm going to see if he wants to go to night vision. So you can hit that, switches over to night vision, just like that. Now, with this, we have a couple new features here. So we have macro mode, which we didn't have before. We have 2x, which they just put there. And for the zoom, we both get to go up to 8x. And it's a little bit more intuitive here. You do get this slider mechanism compared to this like older mechanism. I do like the slider more. You can do kind of a precise. It's a little bit laggy, but it does work fine. You get a little bit of a less options on this new one. See, we do have auto night vision on the old one, and just doesn't come up, so it's a little bit different of a UI. For video here, they both max out full HD 30. On the new one, you do have a super steady mode, stabilization mode, which we didn't have before, which is cool. And you can also record macro video, which is kind of cool. And if we switch that to the front-facing cameras, they're exactly the same, except we can adjust couple things with the beauty modes. Slow motion is over here on the old one, but we do obviously get slow motion and more here. Slow motion, exactly the same. You can no longer turn off the microphone apparently. And then we do get portrait on both. Again, this is just hidden away. Where's portrait? Right there. So there we go. Exactly the same. You can see even the same slider. Next up, we got Pro, which is over here. And Pro looks exactly the same, but let's see if we get any more. Nope, so same thing with that, but we can record Pro macros. And then for more, we basically get almost the same thing here. We don't get our spot color anymore, and we don't get dual capture regular. We only get dual capture video on here now. They just took away a couple features, but we do get tilt shift now. And yeah, so let's do a quick photo sample. I'm not going to put it up on the screen just because it's just a simple little picture. So let's do this on both. Just taking a picture of this plant. And let's go into here. And you can see, it is way better on the new Motorola. It is a huge difference. This is dull colors. This is way more vibrant. And these new colors are way more true to life. This is just way too dull. This is way more true to life. And these screens look exactly the same except for the brightness. Let's do a little bit of a color test here. I'm going to take a picture of this Straight Talk wireless box real quickly. And you can see it's just a way better picture, way more vibrant on the new one. And it also is way more true to life, like I said. So, if you want the overall way better phone, I would spend $10 more any day to get this new one. You're getting way more software, you're getting a way better design, you're getting a way better camera, you're getting way better performance. The list goes on and on. It's a really, really great phone. It still could be improved a little bit if they would add like a 1080p screen, faster charging, more storage, definitely, more RAM, definitely, and some other things to go along with that. But overall, I think Motorola is doing pretty good in this space. They're making pretty good phones. I'm definitely going to buy the G 128 gig. Oh, also, one more thing. You are not getting 5G on the 2024, and on the 2025, you're getting 5G now. Look at this. 5G. It's just not called Moto G 5G, but it still has 5G. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.